Hello, welcome back. Last time I actually reached the end of Drifting Deep, the level that seemed infinitely long, but it turns out it was not. There are 2 more strawberries to get. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I'm gonna go back in there and find these elusive first 2, wherever the heck they are. Gotta redo the first little bit of this, and that's okay. I just pressed a button that would show me a map in another game, but this is not a game where that's a feature. I mean, technically I can get to a map, but not through normal means. No, no, no. How many people in history have actually gotten that thing? It's hard to imagine. This was not a room that has a strawberry entrance, right? Just gonna check those spikes for possible gaps in case of silly things like that. No, this very first room was... No, this is already a complicated room. Okay, so maybe I can finally discover what it is that, how this makes any sense. I think I see it. I also think I heard people talking about it, so that helps me see it. But yeah, I think I see what I want to do here. Alright, so... let's just go. Let's see what this room feels like after having done it once, what feels like a year ago. Beginning will be a lot simpler than the later parts. That was not the right way to go. Okay, so that's an upright dash there. Really? I'm not using this watchtower at all? Apparently not. I've already used it. Some version of me in the past knew what this room looked like. And for some reason, the version of me that's currently here is not going to get that same benefit. I'm probably smashing right. Then I wall bounce that. And then that's a really awkward dash. So I guess it's a reverse wave dash on that, probably. Into you. Okay, so here's my thought here. I'm gonna super, then I'm going to corner boost. There we go. That didn't get me there. But I think if I do it better, maybe? Let's try that again. And then I'll do it again in the other direction. That went too far. Oops. And the preamble to that is not too terribly long. Okay. Yeah, that angle feels bad every time. That was... no, those were not the right inputs. Okay. Couple of little awkwardish feeling spots here, but that's fine, I can deal with them. Alright, let's try fast bubbling there. I'll have more control over my timing. It's just, it's not working. Right. So what I would do is I would super there and I would do another thing. Alright, I'm gonna use the watchtower. Does that route actually make any sense? So corner boost on that. And theoretically, if done well enough, it gets me into that bubble. I go down, I go up left, I air super to the left. And the super restores my dash. Then I corner boost on that. That crystal restores my dash, and I dash up? Or down. Down works fine. Does it though? Oh, I have to do the other part first though. So first after the super, I wall bounce on that and feather this way? And then feather into the bubble and do the other part. Okay. 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 Let's try it. Yeah, I still think that's, like, it's extremely subtle about that being a corner boost spot if it is supposed to be one. Does not read intuitively, even with the idea planted in my head. But it is possible to read with the idea planted in my head. Dang it. Nope. See, now I can't do it. So, what's with that, what am I doing wrong with the bubble super? Like, I have not yet made that part work. Which means that this whole plan could actually be bogus. Okay, well, it worked that time. Whoa! I did not expect that part to work. I should have, because it did. Alright, well, that's the way. Just expect it to work. There. Okay. Well, I did the inputs, but I did them badly. See, yeah, like, another thing is, even if I do think of doing that, making it work is pretty hard. So I might have, if I had had the thoughts, tried it, decided it was impossible, and then just discarded it for another way of doing it. None of those were any of the correct inputs. There we go. Okay. What is the timing on that? Later. That's what it is. Super. Right, here you can be holding the climb button already. Super. Wait until the appropriate time, then corner boost. Like that. But that didn't work. Ah! Nope. There we go. I just have to do it so early. Yeah, so there's like a tiny little timing window there. That means that is way beyond unreliable. So the input is dash up left as soon as I can. Dash left in super, hold climb, and do a corner boost. Now my timing is going to be all jacked up from this. I probably will lose it. Well, not the way I expected. There. Now. There we go, it behaved itself. I didn't press the climb button. My fault. There we go. Alright, I'm here. I need to do what now? That's a good question. What do I do now? I could do a bubble, hyper, and a crouch dash to get in there. Let's try that. That worked. Okay. 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 There we go. Ah, yeah, so that is just like the opposite of obvious, and even if I make that guess somehow as to how to do that, it's incredibly fiddly and finicky to get it to work. Anyway, I'm here. This is where the first strawberry split point is, isn't it? Right? Yeah. So up there is a strawberry. But that's a way back from one. There's no way through a one-way platform with spikes on it, so those, well, crystal spikes are impenetrable. Those are two, so no, like, skirting around the platform to go up here. This is the return path. Being that this is the return path, I would suspect that the strawberry doesn't skip most of the room. Alright, so we're looking for a possible north exit. So what are upward exit? What are the places where I could exit upward out of this room in any possible plausible way? I already tried there. I tried really hard and there was nothing up top. right? Worst case, I can look at the map with debug mode. Again, I don't think this will skip most of the room. How much of the room could be plausible to skip? Now, I went to the next room and there was totally no way to go up there and return, except there was another upward exit there. So I wonder if I do advance forward and then come back the one way, come back another way. It is plausible that I could enter the room up here from the next room, but last time I tried to do that, it did not lead me to something that made sense. Am I looking for a way to go through a seemingly solid wall? Or is there something that I could actually, like, key into that would tell me where it is? Like, okay, parts of the wall that I can touch that are not just covered by... I assume all the spikes are spikes, and if I see a gap in them... I can touch the ceiling when I'm at the exit. I think I tried that already, and there was nothing was penetrable there. That's all spike covered. All spike covered. Inside this pool of water there's some clean ceiling, but it's all spike covered on the way in here. I guess I'm imagining, like, pull this thing down and it falls and I can do something? That seems really unlikely. I see this little ledge that I could stand on here. I don't think I actually can, though, because if I'm red bubbling through there, hold on, but I get pinked. So here's a spot that almost looks like something. There's a spike, like, embedded suspiciously deep in the ceiling there. There's this little spot, but this one right here, this is kind of conspicuous. So I'm thinking either, like, a crouch dash from here would sneak into that pool of water and I could go up from there, or I go behind this. Ooh, right, yes, no, I can just always see the background through that crack. I've had several times those little magenta sparkles there make me think I'm seeing something, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But this little spot. If I dash down right out of the red bubble, then crouch dash right, I think I can sneak into a place where I could put my feet down there and at least try to go upward. Other potential, I mean, this open ceiling here is pretty obvious. I've already tried it, but let's try again. And that spot's pretty clearly nothing. Okay, let's try again. So what's actually going on in this room? I kind of remember it, parts of it. Gonna have to do a lot of it to get anywhere. How quickly can I get up here? Not very. Let's do the room and just see if it comes back to me as I do it. Right, okay, so that's a fast bubble. This, I think I want to do that too. That's an ultra thing. Whoops. Whoops. Hey, you know what? A crouch dash... Doing a crouch dash extended hyper without, like, making the down input isn't any easier. That interrupt never gets any easier with anything. Okay, so here's this. That's gonna... Okay, I need to trace this out. Become pink, get refeathered, go through here, smash that, get refeathered, fly up there, get in bubble, bubble up, reverse super, forward super, then try going upward. Okay. Again, I've tried that before, and it didn't work, but I'll try again. Whoa. I don't think I want that. I think I want to slow down that feather to make sure I re-feather when I touch the other one. Because that's preferable. Is it? Let's try it the other way and see if I can just make it comfortable. Because that's quicker. No, I can just do that. That's fine. Okay. Up, reverse, forward, go up. There's a ceiling. I'm gonna poke at some more spots on it, so let's try the left side of the ceiling and see if it's still a ceiling. Oops. If it all seems to be exactly as solid in just that spot, then I'll turn my attention elsewhere, but my attention is still turned toward that point at the moment. Oh, this is fun. I like these feather flights. These are good. Left side's still very solid. I'm gonna say poking those two spots is sufficient to determine I'm not going up there. I think that's a solid ceiling. Like, a secret would not be hidden in such a way that I have to find an invisible spot along an otherwise solid ceiling. So, later in the room then. Keep on going around, get that pink thing. Use it to get to the bubble. Bubble takes me there. Then I want to go to this spot. Have I already done this? Why do I feel like I've already stepped here? Did I? Maybe at that point I had decided the entrance was in the next room. That does feel like something I would have tried. Whoa. Oh, I'm going so fast. I'm doing the type of turns that don't slow me down, or whatever it is that makes that happen. Okay, right, so this is a hyper, dash left before the crystal, fall down, dash right twice. Like that. Don't interrupt and go to that bubble, that's not my destination. So I'm going down right, then right. That's tight. That's very tight. If I did an upright dash, the angle would be impossible, right? Oh, definitely. Probably. Thing is, though, a right dash I don't think has the right angle to it either. Unless I... oh boy. How reliably can I do all that? Wow! Well, that's not something I can account for. Whoops. Not reliably, that's the answer. Okay. If I were a tiny bit higher, I still probably would die. But maybe not. If I were a little lower, maybe I wouldn't have died. Hard to say. Almost. Nope. Nope. Nope, too late. Nah. Nope. Oh, almost. Oh, almost. When will I be convinced that that's impossible? I won't, because it is possible and I'm gonna get it. Nope. No way. Yeah! There we go. There's nothing here. But I did it! I'm in the spot! Okay. So definitely not going upward. Let's try crouch dashing to the right. That will just kill me. Okay. Alright. Mission accomplished. Did not lead to where I wanted it to. I'm gonna try dashing left and right here. Right is nothing. Left is nothing. Okay. here, here. That little tiny spot. I'm trying. There, I hit it. There's nothing. Okay. Alright, where else to look? Tried that ceiling. It is strictly solid. There's nothing I can do about that. That little spot is pretty well protected. There's this tiny one, but that's... I mean... Even if the wall gave way, there is... I can see the edge of a spike right there. This one, there's just no real angle for it. But okay, that one right there is pretty easy to get to. Let's at least bump against it and see. I bumped it. There's nothing. Hang on. Got another idea. Does bubbling left do anything for me? No, clearly not. Is there any benefit in checking other room boundaries than the top one? I can go in the water there. I don't see why I would, though. Can't go in the water there, as far as I can tell. Okay, yeah, so I've thoroughly investigated this, it's nothing. I've investigated that, it's nothing. This looks pretty unpromising, I would say. Okay, so in the name of thoroughness... No, hold on. Let's look a little more ahead here. Yeah, none of this could lead to anything. That's all thoroughly enclosed. No bypassing that, it's clearly solid. I mean, I could go hit the bottom of it and see that I die. But of course I will. So get to the end of the room, try from there, I guess? Hold on, there's one more thing I want to do along the way. That would be right here. So Feather doesn't come back. Can I make it in here and survive? Not very far. No. Okay. Theoretically, I could have crouch dashed and maybe probably not gotten any deeper in there. Okay. So have I exhausted all possibility in this room? Let's just check back here real quick. Clearly there's nothing here. Like there's no way for there to be. Okay, anything else I can try? Other than going to the next room. I think I have to go to the next room because, like, I'm out of stuff. Just one more look at the boundaries. At no time in the entire history of playing this game has there been a situation where I could go up through a thing like this. So there's no reason to die on that. I would just die and restart. That's all that would happen. Okay, well, let's just finish the room. Doing that involves what? I got this far, so reverse, wave dash into ultra, upright into reverse super, forwards, reverse super, dash there, do that, wall bounce, buffer the feather grab, and then, what? No, bounce and then hit the other one? I guess? Or grab that, then use it to grab this afterwards? Maybe. Because using the bounce I remember being chaotic and annoying. But the other way would be too. So it's going to be chaotic and annoying no matter what I do. Feather that way, refeather there, or... Anyway, at some point I'm in this bubble with 2 dashes. The bubble takes me there. I dash down, I dash right, or down right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, yep, chaotic and annoying. Oh! That was spooky. Dips! I didn't jump. Ooh, camera hated that! There we go. Ah, dang it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so then... Whoa! Okay. Oh. What do I do here? I don't remember how to do that. I do remember it being really weird. So... I guess what I should do is spend my dash right around the mushroom. Buffer a dash there just to collect that feather instead of bouncing on it, because that'll be a lot easier than otherwise. And extend with this feather. Okay, so burn a dash there, make sure you're blue, and hit that and buffer a dash. And the rest looks like that. Okay. What? Duh! That keeps happening. Low enough. Use your dash. Buffer. Interesting. That bubble is bouncy in a way I did not expect, so I can't collect that feather at all? I guess? Huh. So anyway, if I just make sure I use my dash... Well, I gotta be a little lower, but if I use my dash around there, then I can control the bounce better and things will be fine. Just remember to look at the mushrooms and use them as a reference point. There's a reason they are the sticker for this level. They're very important. Oops. Low, low, do that. I went too far. Well, damn! Low, do that. Dang it! What? No! No! Okay, what is with this part of the room? It doesn't make any sense. There, I did it, but then I didn't do the follow-up. Ah, it's just... it's so weird. Why is it the way that it is? There we go. Okay, no. So yeah, not running my head into those spikes, because that wouldn't do anything good. We're just gonna do that and this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, clearly there's no getting through here. So I'm locking this in, and I think I'm already locked in, actually. Should I find out? Let's find out. Yeah, alright, I'm already locked in here. Can I understand anything about this? Those don't fall. They're not penetrable. So now, hold on. Have I never been... Wait, yeah, I've never interacted with that top part of the level, have I? So yeah, a little over an hour in, I still haven't gotten to any new strawberry rooms here. This... This is the clearest exit. Here's a possibility. It could be that all this and the previous thing in the other room are for one strawberry, and there's one that I just have no idea about. Well, I mean, I have to get the one that I can see the exit to first. Then I'll know whether that's the first or the second, and that'll guide my search for the rest. But how do I get up here? Where's the closest feather? Here? That's very far away. How far could that feather take me if I... about here? There's no way it's getting all the way up there. If it did... Are you claiming I could... Wait, yeah. That is clearly a left-to-right travel path. Now hold up. Oh. I'm seeing a lot of things here. First of all, there's a red bubble in here, isn't there? Hey, check that out. There's another gap in the things. Ha! I could go two different ways. Second of all, here's a little illuminated thing I never interacted with. I got here, I got that, and I turned around. I need to get through that. Then there's a secret red bubble here that'll go upward. Okay, finally I can see it, because now that I know a little more about crouch dashing through things, when I get in this bubble... Somehow you're expecting me to get through that? That looks... unlikely, but I'll try it and see what happens. Here, this is obvious. Just bubble, crouch dash, then crouch dash right afterwards. Then I can go up. Okay. Okay, so what does it take to get to this part of the level? Not too much, that's pretty early. That's very early, actually. I went the wrong way. Well, gonna die, I guess. Right, this very awkward little thing here. Okay, it's fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. Gotta press later. Feel free to fast bubble if you want to control your own timing. Maybe that's a good idea. Don't do it in that direction. Ha! There it is. Found that red bubble. Okay. I mean, that obviously doesn't work. Oh, of course you're gonna start me there. Why wouldn't you? So, alright, next thing to puzzle out. I guess the idea is I crouch dash out of that bubble and then do the corner boost and that won't unduck me? I think that's what it's gonna have to be, because I did the normal, simple way and that didn't work, and that's the only other thing I can think of to do there. Fortunately, it's very simple to get back here. Okay, that worked. And that was the whole issue where, like, I get uncrouched if I go too fast out of that. Okay, so turns out when you're actually looking in the right place for this, it's not that hard to find. Alright, and the exit to this is going to take me to previous room. Yeah. Here's one strawberry. Both strawberries are in this room. Okay. It's a 2-strawberry room. Alright. There's a bubble chain. There's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, next time I'm going to parse this. This was just access day, but next time I can do something new. And officially now, this has taken longer than the entire beginner lobby, including Heartside. Not including golden strawberries, of course, or silver ones. Or the rainbow one. But, yeah, first run through the beginner lobby took less time than this level overall, which is pretty funny. Alright, next time let's work on at least one of those strawberries. Maybe I can get both in the same day? We'll find out.